Before Beyoncé, before Gaga there was Madonna, the woman who rewrote the rules of pop. She broke records, broke boundaries, and broke the internet before it even existed. A cultural icon, a chameleon, a provocateur, and a queen of reinvention. Madonna, the queen of reinvention, bore the fame, the fashion, and the firestorms. She was just Madonna Louise Ciccone, born on August 16, 1958, in Bay City, Michigan. The third of 6 children in an Italian Catholic family, Madonna grew up with discipline and devotion. But at just 5 years old, her world shattered. Her mother died of breast cancer. That loss created a hole and a hunger she'd carry for the rest of her life. She was a student, a rebel with point shoes, studied dance at the University of Michigan, but something bigger called her. In 1978, with just $35 in her pocket, she moved to New York City, alone, fearless and determined to make it. She waitressed, modeled nude for art classes, lived in sketchy apartments, and danced for scraps. She wasn't chasing fame, she was claiming it, and soon, the world would hear her name. New York gave her nothing, so Madonna took everything. Greater than in 1983, she released her debut album, Madonna, and it set the underground on fire. Holiday, Lucky Star, borderline, fresh, funky, and fearless. She wasn't just a singer, she was a whole vibe. But that was just the beginning. Then came Like a Virgin. The song, the album, the moment. At the 1984 MTV Video Music Awards, she didn't just perform. She shocked the world and launched a pop culture revolution. Overnight, she went from rising star to pop provocateur, bold, brash, and absolutely unmissable. This wasn't luck. This was the rise of Madonna, a woman rewriting the rules in real time. And as her fame exploded, so did the backlash. By the mid-80s, Madonna wasn't just a star. She was a movement. True Blue 1986 was pure pop perfection, a blend of heartbreak, feminism, and rebellion wrapped in lace and leather. But with each album came a new Madonna. Then in 1989, she dropped Like a Prayer and all hell broke loose. The music video sparked outrage from the Vatican, conservative groups, and corporate sponsors. Pepsi pulled their deal. Churches protested. And Madonna? She doubled down. Erotica followed in 1992, complete with a sex book, leather, whips, and worldwide controversy. Critics called her vulgar, but fans saw the truth. She was owning her body, her voice, and her image, like no woman ever had before. While other pop stars played it safe, Madonna made danger look glamorous. She didn't follow trends, she created them. Each album, a reinvention. Each scandal, a strategy. She wasn't afraid to offend. She was afraid to be boring. Music wasn't enough. Madonna wanted more. More stages. More characters. More stories to tell. In 1985, she made her big screen debut in Desperately Seeking Susan. Quirky, cool, chaotic, just like her. Dick Tracy followed in 1990, alongside Warren Beatty. But it was Evita in 1996 that changed everything. She sang, she soared, she silenced critics, and walked away with a Golden Globe for Best Actress. Still, not everyone was convinced. Her acting career earned mixed reviews. Some said she lacked depth. Others called her misunderstood. But Madonna wasn't chasing Oscars. She was chasing art. From film to fashion, from gallery walls to dance studios. She blurred every line between pop and performance art, because for her, creativity has no limits, and no apologies. In love, just like in music, Madonna never played it safe. In 1985, she married Sean Penn, Hollywood's bad boy, and together, they became a chaotic, passionate storm. The marriage was volatile, intense, and ended in divorce by 1989. Then came a string of high-profile romances, from Warren Beatty to Tupac, to NBA rebel Dennis Rodman. Each relationship fueled headlines, but Madonna didn't care about judgment. She owned her desires, unapologetically. In 2000, she married British filmmaker Guy Ritchie. They had a son, Rocco, and tried to settle into something quieter, something more grounded. But after 8 years, they split. And once again, Madonna moved forward without regret. Her love life was never perfect, but it was hers. Loud, complicated, real, and always on her terms. Behind the controversy, behind the costumes, Madonna's most important role has always been one thing: mom. Her first child, Lourdes Leon, was born in 1996 with fitness trainer Carlos Leon. Graceful, artistic, and bold, Lourdes followed in her mother's footsteps, but on her own terms. With director Guy Ritchie, Madonna had her son Rocco in 2000. Despite a very public custody battle, her love for him never wavered. But Madonna's heart didn't stop there. She later adopted for children from Malawi, David Bonda, Mercy James, and twin sisters Stella and Esther. She's raised them all with love, purpose, and discipline, far from the spotlight when it matters most. Beyond her own home, Madonna has poured her energy into global advocacy, fighting for education, health care, and the rights of children in need. In a world that tried to label her a sinner or a saint, she just became a mother, fiercely protective, quietly powerful. She wasn't just building a legacy. She was building an empire. Madonna's net worth, estimated between $850 to $900 million. Not bad for a girl who came to New York with just $35 in her pocket, with over 300 million records sold. She remains one of the best-selling artists of all time, but the money didn't just come from music. She launched fashion lines, a fitness chain, and her own luxury skincare brand, MDNA Skin, all while redefining what a female artist could own. Her world tour grossed hundreds of millions, some of the highest grossing of any solo artist in history. She's a smart investor, a global property owner, a boss who knows how to flip fame into fortune, pop queen, cultural force, and a businesswoman who never missed a beat. On stage, she's bold and wild. Offstage, Madonna is a world of routine, ritual, and razor-sharp focus. She splits her time between New York, Los Angeles, and Lisbon, Portugal, where she fell in love with the city's art, history, and slower pace. Her body is her temple. She follows a strict macrobiotic diet, avoids processed foods, and trains like an athlete. Her daily life is intense: yoga at sunrise, rehearsals by afternoon, writing or reading deep into the night. Spiritually, she's long been a student of Kabbalah, the ancient Jewish mysticism she credits for her clarity and peace. She's known to be intensely private, fiercely disciplined, and fully in control of her image. Always has been. Love her or hate her, you never see Madonna unprepared. That's not luck. That's work. For decades, one thing about Madonna has never changed. She was never afraid to piss people off. Critics called her too sexual, too loud, too controversial. But she didn't flinch. She fought back. In the 80s and 90s, she went toe-to-toe with censorship boards, conservative politicians, even the Vatican. Where others stayed silent, she spoke up, especially for the LGBTQ community. While the world turned its back, Madonna stood by the queer community, funding research, raising awareness, and making LGBTQ visibility mainstream. She clashed with journalists, religious leaders, and even fellow artists. But she never backed down. Love her or loathe her, Madonna didn't follow pop culture. She became it. They called her a scandal, a rebel, a threat, but history gave her a different name: the Queen of Pop. For decades, Madonna hasn't just dominated music. She shaped the entire culture around it. Without Madonna, there'd be no Gaga, no Rihanna, no Beyoncé as we know them. She didn't open the door, she kicked it down. Still touring, still recording, still evolving. 7 Grammy Awards, a Golden Globe, over 300 million records sold, 16 Billboard #1s, and a career still pushing forward. No one reinvents like Madonna, because no one else ever dared to become a different icon. Every single decade,